what do people do when they retire? How do you spend a day?
Charles Payne of Fox Business had on Donald Luskin, who is the chief investment officer for a consulting firm providing investment strategy and macroeconomics forecasting and research for institutional investors. Now, the reason I tell you all that is because it adds wonderful context to his thoughts on how less people being able to retire is actually a blessing.
Well, retirement inching closer to becoming a thing of the past for a lot of Americans. In fact, a recent poll finds nearly 1 in 4 people don't expect to ever leave the workforce. This as the number of people working multiple jobs also spiking. So why are so many people financially unfit to call it quits? Well, it's up for debate. So let's ask Trend Micro CIO Donald Luskin. These kind of polls are always around, right? The Bankrate does some things and other folks, but it's always alarming. 32% of people say they'll retire before age 65, which might be unrealistic, but 23% said never. Is that worrisome for you, Donald?
It doesn't worry me personally. I guess I'm one of those people who plans never to retire. I mean, I got to tell you, what do people do when they retire? How do you spend a day? I mean, is bowling that interesting? Is fishing that interesting? I mean, I happen to love my work. Why do I want to stop it? It's not like it hurts. Why would I stop it? This is great. What a great country where we have the opportunity to keep working. What a miracle where our lives are long enough and we're healthy enough and mentally alert enough so that we don't have to retire like generations before us. This is a great blessing. You should embrace it.
I can almost just end the video there. I mean, the narratives that Fox Business and Fox News are pushing out, I mean, this is just comical. They're polishing a piece of crap. They're trying to make it seem like, actually, the economy is fantastic. People not having the freedom to retire, not having the choice to be able to retire, it's actually a blessing in disguise. I mean, what do people do when they retire? I mean, hang out with their grandkids? Who wants to do that, right? I mean, this is so ridiculous. I mean, conservatives are supposed to be against the elites. Yet, here you have an executive at an investment company telling people that it's actually good to not have a choice to be able to retire. I mean, who buys this shit? So, this is why I don't cover Fox News very often, because I feel like a lot of it speaks for itself, as I think this video speaks for itself. But it's important to go over there sometimes and just, show people what the hell is on television, what people are watching. I mean, again, conservatives also love the idea of freedom, but is it freedom to not have the choice to be able to retire? How is that freedom? Forced labor is freedom? There's endless, there's endless critique here, but it's just on the face of it, this is so clearly BS. Now, maybe a lot of it is because I think there's I don't have the data in front of me, but I'm going to guess that the Fox Business audience, a lot of them are already retired. So they probably don't care if a lot of people expect not to be able to retire because they can't afford it. And the other part here, I mean, this guy, this is like the conservative mindset in a nutshell. His inability to see outside of himself. So because he enjoys his job, because he makes lots of money doing whatever he does, it is sitting in an office, he assumes that everyone else feels the same way that he does. Maybe there are people out there that don't enjoy their job like he does. Or maybe people out there that are doing physical labor. And at some point, they're going to want to be able to retire because they can't do physical labor their entire lives. So I just don't, it's always this... I always try to figure out, are these people lying, or are they really this dumb, this stuck in their own bubble, this unaware of the world outside of them? Because I do think it's a combination. I think there are people on television that knowingly push propaganda. I think those people do exist. But I also think there are people who are just in their bubble. I mean, do you think Donald Luskin talks to the average person? I doubt it. His worldview is, well, I enjoy my job. Why wouldn't I want to work forever? Because I enjoy what I do. Why would anybody want to retire? Just this idea that his worldview is everyone else's worldview, that is the conservative mindset in a nutshell.